Hey guys, it's me, Halloween Dan, doing a really super quick video, which I was not anticipating making at all. It's dark. I tried to make my videos in the light in daytime, but no, it's nighttime because these things have literally just dropped. I've literally just seen them. People have started tagging me and saying, Dan, have you seen these things yet? And I was like, no, I haven't. Because what it appears, guys, is that LOWES have, or somebody has leaked just a few of the things that LOWES are going to be bringing for the 2024 season. And I want to be there saying, yay, I've seen this amongst all the others that I'm sure are making videos as we speak. I haven't seen these pictures. We're going to have a look at them together. I've seen a snippet of one of them because that's how I knew these things existed. And I will be having a look at them. So let's have a look at them. So the pictures I've got to look at have been shared several times already, really quickly. I think they were originally posted on TikTok by someone called Decorating Fanatics. So shout out to Decorating Fanatics, whoever you are. I think they've shared these pictures before because it kind of looks familiar. It kind of takes me back to this time last year when we started to see the first tentative pictures of things that LOWES were bringing out. So let's have a look at the first picture. So the first picture I'm looking at is what looks like a kind of graveyard guy, a traditional graveyard guy. The only thing that's kind of interesting about this guy is that it's the face mold. I was only talking about this the other day when we were looking at the grave robber that Morris Costumes are bringing out. The face molds are usually always the same on these gravedigger guys. They always kind of have that same look to them. They just change the phrasing and stuff. This guy's face mold is completely different. It looks a lot wartier, more scarring, just generally more gross in general, which I think is something you're going to want from someone who's in a graveyard. He's wearing a long black robe, weird kind of old-fashioned black hat, almost like a sun hat, but black. He's holding a very large shovel and a bag with a skeleton in it randomly. Don't know whether the bag with a skeleton in it makes an awful lot of sense for the prop, but you know what? It looks pretty cool, so I'm okay with it. So the next one is really cool. The next one is clearly a captain of a ship. Now, I have seen a list of things that are sort of that LOWES are apparently going to be bringing out this year, and one of them is called the Captain. So I'm going to say this is the Captain. There are no information about dimensions or anything in these pictures. It's just, but he looks from the picture like a 6-foot prop. It's a very, very cool looking prop. Nautical clearly being the theme here. There's a massive steering wheel. I love the ship's wheel there. The detail on it is really, really good. Love the skull in the middle of the ship's wheel. And the captain himself, really, really cool. I love this. He looks a weathered old, weather-beaten kind of captain of a pirate or a ship of some description. The glowing yellow eyes under the hood. We discussed this with the yellow eyes all the time, or the glowing eyes in props. Is it really necessary? Do we really need them? But I would say I love this, that glow underneath the rim of the hat. Really gives an ominous look here. He clearly is just wearing like a sailor's outfit. Looks like he's out in a storm. You can imagine the waves sort of crashing against this guy as he's holding the ship steady at sea. I love the beard. Just a really, really cool prop. And I would say the obvious movement, though there is no details of what the movement will be, it seems like the obvious one would be the steering wheel moves, that he steers the steering wheel. But we will see. It's a very cool prop, though. I like the direction. Very different to the sorts of things we usually see. Then we've got, this is cool, nautical. They're definitely going down a nautical theme here. So this is, I can't remember what they call these suits. Is it a bell jar suit or something? It's a very old school scuba diver suit, basically. A guy in a very old school scuba diver suit with a bell jar over the head, a skull inside. It's hard to tell if that's a real skull or like a projection of a skull onto that glass there. It's hard to tell. Either way, the skull's lit up inside the bell jar. The outfit is, yeah, a diver's outfit, but it's all gross and green and covered in mosses and, well, like I suppose it's seaweed and stuff. And he's holding a harpoon that's also covered in seaweed. Really cool. I don't know what you do with this in terms of in a haunt. Nautical stuff, unless I suppose you've got like a pirate ship and you're going down a less of a pirate theme and more nautical theme. I don't know, you could do some really cool underwater scenes or boat scenes. I'm not sure, but it's a cool, really, really cool. I really like the look of that as a prop. Really quite different. Not seen anything quite like that before. So that's cool. And on to the last picture. And this is the one I've seen. So this is a witch. Very cool looking witch. I like the face mold on this witch. Very creepy smile she's got there. She's holding a staff. Okay, we've all seen witch props before. It looks very much like a million different witch props we've seen before. It looks, she's got like a heart or something hanging off the staff. That's kind of cool. She's definitely got, this is where I think the Lethal Lily sort of vibe steps in a little, because although the picture's not great, she's definitely got a slightly more realistic look in the face. And it'd be interesting to see what the movement is, how she talks, what the eyes are like. These will be details that will be being analysed, because I think, I'm biased because I've got a Lethal Lily, but I think that Lethal Lily has kind of broken the mould when it comes to witches and has possibly reset the market of what people expect from their witch props. So it could be that Lowe's are trying to get in on the act and make a more realistic looking witch. I'm not sure. From the picture, it looks like a relatively realistic looking witch, but at the same time, it also looks like a million witches I've seen before. So I don't know, kind of cool. But I have to say, it's the nautical props that have got me the most excited in amongst them, which is something I never thought I would. Like, usually Graveyard Guy and witches are my number one kind of props. But I have to say, in this particular instance, I think it's those nautical guys, that captain and the bell jar guy. Really, really, really cool looking props. On the list that I've seen very briefly, I only glanced at it very briefly, it looks as though they're also going to be doing like some Wednesday themed props after the success of, obviously, after Wednesday did so well on Netflix, and I think a second series is out this year. So that should go down quite well. I think there were some other sort of things we've seen before. I think the only other thing that stood out to me was that last year they did the Bluetooth skeleton guitar guy and the drummer, and I think they've brought out a keyboardist. There's a keyboard guy to go with the band. So that's kind of cool. It'd be interesting to see what else Lowe's brings out this year. Over the last couple of years, Lowe's has quickly become one of my favourite places to get excited about when it comes to props. You know, once upon a time, they barely featured when I was looking into props and getting excited about props. And now they're one of the main firms I get excited for, because especially after last year, they brought so many new and creative ideas to the table. It was really exciting waiting and seeing when we finally got to see these props up in action doing their thing. Some of them were an ever so slight letdown compared to what the hype around them were. I think the pneumatic props in particular, though good, were kind of a little bit of a letdown. I think people kind of were expecting more from them, more than what they actually did in the end. But the idea was a good one, and they are definitely one of the firms that seem to be pursuing a very slightly different angle and a slightly different take to Halloween and Halloween props. And anything different and anything new has got to be good, right? So I'm pretty pleased with those so far. We've only got pictures, no real information about them as such, but they look, I think, look pretty cool. But what do you guys think? Leave a comment. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching this really hastily put together video tonight, and I will see you in the next one. Keep it spooky. Bye.